Hello, it is Enter. I'm recording this right after the first video, and this is some notes on the world and magic. Magic is very important to the story, as almost every character has some form of magic, and magic in a way dictates why the characters look the way they do and how some of the world looks. Um, these are just some notes on the mechanics, because to have a believable magic system, it is best to have some rules, and this is basically the rules. This is for any creature that is not a synthetic beast. Synthetic beasts in the story um was like an this was like a mini era. There are 5 total eras within the history of the 4 worlds the story takes place in. Um and between the era that the story takes place in, called the modern era, and the era before it, the human era, there was a gap of 1,000 years where research onto beasts that were not alive was conducted, and these creatures are now known as synthetic beasts. But they have their own mechanics, and they do not follow these normal rules, and they do have their own notes. Magic follows a creature's size, and massive creatures are very powerful, and in some cultures, which I have not elaborated on, they would be considered minor deities. Sort of like how each region in Pokemon considers their legendary a deity. While Arceus is technically the most major deity, because he created the world of Pokemon. A lot of my inspiration does come from Pokemon, and it is the best thing I can compare it to, because Pokemon's not necessarily a serious story until you get into the evil teams. But that is not related, other than that is my inspiration, and why powerful creatures are considered, or some of them are considered, minor deities. Remaining giant creatures are colossals. These are Eternal Power Dragon. This is a giant dragon with energy-based powers. There is some magic categorizations which do not necessarily matter, other than energy. Energy is the main one. Not all magic is energy, but there is energy-based magic. The ancient beasts. These are 4 beasts that each represent one of the worlds. One represents sun, moon, stars, and then the last eclipse. Chime beasts. These are shapeshifters, very old beasts. Legacy beasts. How do I highlight? There we go. Legacy beasts are these mythical creatures of legend in the stories that are associated with a person named Novius. She is actually the reason there's 4 worlds instead of 1, and sometimes the deities, they are massive. I would say not the deities. These guys, the ancient beasts, are actually the smallest of the colossals, being slightly over a person. Like a tall person being around 6 foot, so they'd be maybe 7 foot tall. And then this guy, and then the deities are really, really giant. And then magically powerful people tend to be tall. The deities have a priestess. They are quite tall. This is an antagonist. She is quite tall. This lady is too. And this guy, Dane, he is tall. These are just characters. They will come to play later. And I'm running short on time. Oh. I'll have to cut this short. Magic will be in 2 parts, I guess. Thank you for watching, if you watch. And I hope you enjoy the strange way I world build.